Hey everyone, David here with the Fragrance Bros, bringing you another review, and I'm bringing you also another comparison again. Now, recently I've done a couple of comparisons with some of the Imaginary Authors fragrances. They will periodically kind of do a refresh on their fragrances, and they did it recently with Every Storm, a Serenade. Now, truth be told, I don't know if this is the last version that came out before the newer one did. I'm not exactly sure, but I do know that this was a previous version at the very least. Now, notes in the old version say Danish spruce, eucalyptus, vetiver, cologne, ambergris, and Baltic sea mist. And this one was a very good fragrance from Imaginary Authors, but very different as well. It's supposed to kind of have this northwest coastline type of smell that is both aquatic and also kind of evergreen as well. Now, the newer version, which I only have a sample of, and here are the notes here. The newer version has eucalyptus absolute, vetiver, spruce oil, cologne, ambergris, heather, and Baltic sea mist. So there's a couple of notes that are similar and some that are different. So I wanted to get them both and just see how they are. Of course, this is the sample. You can't really tell that much in the sample, but I went ahead and sprayed it just to see how they are. And what I will say is that these are still similar. So if you like the old version, I think you still might like the newer version. Now, personally, I think I like the newer version a little bit better. I really did like the old version, but to me, it kind of had this really kind of balmy, almost somber type of feeling, and I really couldn't wear it all that much. To me, it wasn't as wearable as I really like in fragrances. It was more of a specific type of scent. Reminded me more of like a rainy day type of scent. Now, some people might really like that, and I totally get that. But to me, it just wasn't as wearable as maybe some of the other Imaginary Authors fragrances. Now, the newer version to me immediately has the eucalyptus, so you immediately get that at the front. And that, of course, was not in the old version. So the newer version at least starts off a little different. It has a lot of the same kind of beats, but to me, this is fresher and a little bit lighter, and that's what I like about it. I think it's more wearable, and I also get more of that cologne type of smell. Cologne or cologne, or however you say it, is a common ingredient in kind of aquatic type of scents, kind of brings a sense of wateriness, kind of mass appealing type of thing, and sometimes it can be kind of generic. But I think what they did here was really smart, and they brought out a little bit more of that cologne or that cologne, and I think they did it in a really good way. Don't break it. Both of these are green. Both of these are in the balmy realm. They both are semi-fresh. The newer one, I think, is a little bit more fresh, whereas the old one, you get more of the kind of spruce vetiver, heavy vetiver, almost spiciness in this one than you do in the newer version. So I think this might be contentious. I think this one is maybe a little bit more unique, but not as wearable, not quite, as the newer version. The newer version, I think, still unique, but more wearable, maybe not quite as unique and specific as the newer version, but that's actually what I really like about it. So you kind of have a little bit of a trade-off here. I believe there's also some newer artwork with the newer one, which I always really like. They always knock it out of the park with the artwork. The old one was really cool, but the new one is also really cool. But all that to say, I think if you liked the original one, I still think you might like the newer one. If you haven't tried either of them, the newer version is definitely worth trying. To me, it's such a nice, green, pleasant, evergreen type of scent with a good bit of that kind of aquatic vibe, but not stale, not typical for aquatics. This is a very interesting aquatic that I think is fantastic. Not your typical aquatic, not your typical evergreen scent, something in the middle, something unique. Excellent. Definitely check these out, but I would love to know what you think. Do you like the old one better, or do you like the new one better? Let me know down in the comments. With that, I'd like to thank my sponsor, Fragrance X. Fragrance X is an online reseller that sells thousands of legitimate products for a discounted cost. If you're considering buying a fragrance, definitely check out Fragrance X. I'll have a link down below to them as well as a coupon. But also check out Rakuten.com. Rakuten.com is a website that offers you a rebate with every purchase that you make through their website. They actually have a deal with Fragrance X that offers you a certain percentage in rebates just by buying through Rakuten. So I'll have a link down below to them as well. Definitely check out Fragrance X and Rakuten together. Great. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you next time. I'm Dave with the Fragrance Bros. Bye.